Listen carefully. And today class exchange of gases. It is about the second step in the human breathing system. It is the second step totally out of five steps. Five steps already you know. The first step is pulmonary ventilation or it is also called breathing. Second one, what is the name? Exchange of gases. What about the third one? Transport of gases. Mainly exchange of gases, it occur in two places. One is occur across the which membrane? Alveolar membrane, and one more exchange of gas also occur between blood and tissue. Blood and tissue madhya also exchange of gases occurs. Plus alveolar membrane across also exchange of gases occur. But in this one, two exchange of gases nulli, which one is called internal respiration, which one is called external respiration? Across the alveolar membrane, what we can call external respiration, and between the blood and tissue, internal respiration. Clear? But both mechanism is same. Exchange of gases, it is occur across the alveolar membrane between the blood and tissue is mainly by diffusion. It is mainly by diffusion. You already know the mechanism of diffusion. Diffusion means the movement of the gases from higher to lower concentration. The gases movement is takes place. Clear? So, and these exchange of gases also one type of diffusion we can observe across the alveolar membrane between the blood and tissue. But exchange of gases is commonly depend upon, it is completely depend upon three factors, mainly three factors. Three factors mainly exchange of gases is depend. So very important. The first one, what about the first factor is affecting on the exchange of gases? Do you know? That is called, yes, partial pressure. The first one is called partial pressure, or it is also called concentration gradient. It is also called concentration gradient. This is about the first factor, it is affecting on exchange of gases. Second one, solubility of gases. Solubility of gases. And third one is called the mass thickness of diffusion membrane. Thickness of diffusion membrane. Thickness of diffusion membrane. On this, so very important. In your examination, they can ask the question like this: what are the factors not affecting on exchange of gases? So before solving that question, first of all, what are the factors are affecting on the breathing? That one you should remember. That's why three factors are affecting on exchange of gases. The first one is called partial pressure, or it is also called concentration gradient, solubility of gases, and third one is thickness of the which membrane? Diffusion membrane. Let us first one we can discuss on. So partial pressure. What is meant by partial pressure? Yes, okay now. The pressure exerted by which one? An individual gas. An individual gas present in a mixture of gas. Present in a mixture of gases. Mixture of gases is generally calling as partial pressure. Okay, students, partial pressure. If you are listen here only, you can get that one. If you are observe that one, your notes, nothing you can get. First listen, okay? So pressure exerted by an individual gas present in a mixture of gas. You see, in the atmosphere, different gases are there. How much percentage of nitrogen is there in the atmosphere? 78. 21 percentage of which one? Oxygen. 0.03 percentage of carbon dioxide is there. But every gas, along with these gases, hydrogen is there, helium is there. Understood? Methane gas also there. Different gas are there, but every gas also having the particular pressure. Every gas, an individual gas, the pressure exerted by an individual gas present in a mixture of gas is what we can call partial pressure. But one gas having the certain amount of partial pressure, same partial pressure we can observe in the other gas. But everybody is having a unique pressure is commonly present as a partial pressure. But a unique pressure, now we can discuss with the help of the one of the small, okay. So tabular column is there. Tabular column is there. Is tabular column in the maybe we can expect one question in your NEET and your competitive exams also. Okay. So in this one, first partial pressure of gases, mainly partial pressure of gases, partial pressure of gases. Idರಲ್ಲಿ oxygen is there. Second one in the carbon dioxide. suppose the partial pressure of oxygen here, what we can indicate? T oxygen, like that one, PO2. Understood? The partial pressure of oxygen we have to represent in the form of PO2. PO2 means what? Partial pressure of oxygen. A partial pressure of carbon dioxide we have to represent with PCO2. Got the clarity? But the P andre phosphorus anta matra think madbedi. Okay? So this is not phosphorus, this is called partial pressure. So now this is about the partial pressure of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Come on, in the atmosphere. So now partial pressure we have to measure with the help of millimeter per mercury. Millimeter per mercury. That's why all values I have to write in the form of millimeter per mercury only. Come on, in atmosphere, oxygen, how much is there? That is called 159 mmHg is there. 159 mmHg of partial pressure of oxygen is present. But ade in atmosphere, come on, the carbon dioxide partial pressure is only 0.3, not 0.03. Partial pressure we are commonly representing here. So partial pressure we have to completely represent in the form of millimeter per mercury. But 0.3 mmHg, okay, it is in atmosphere. Okay, next one, what about in alveoli? In alveoli, the partial pressure of oxygen not 159 mmHg. How much? Yes, 104 mmHg only present. Ade alveoli nalli, come on, the carbon dioxide is 40 mmHg is present. Okay, next one, blood, deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood, first we are discussing. Deoxygenated blood, it is consists of oxygen is very less amount. How much? 40 mmHg only there, but carbon dioxide amount is more in the deoxygenated, that is 45 mmHg. Same now. And the oxygenated blood, okay, same. How much now? 95 mmHg is present. Partial pressure of oxygen in the oxygenated blood 95 mmHg, but carbon dioxide is only 40 mmHg of carbon dioxide only is a partial pressure of carbon dioxide only is a. Next one, last one, which one? The tissues. Tissues nalli, come on now. What is about the partial pressure of oxygen? Partial pressure of oxygen is 40 mmHg only present, but okay, yes, carbon dioxide is 45. Why? Tissues nalli partial pressure of oxygen is less. Why? Because they are performing the which respiration? Cellular respiration. But in this cellular respiration, which gas they are consuming? Oxygen they can consume and liberating the carbon dioxide. Correct, wrong? Okay. So that is about. Okay, carbon dioxide concentration is more. Sorry, carbon dioxide concentration more compared to the which one? Oxygen. Got it? This one is the 40 and 45 mmHg of carbon dioxide is present. This tabular column you should remember. So very important. Don't neglect this. Okay, now? Okay, now all partial pressure we discuss that one. Okay, now how does these partial pressure means what? How does these exchange of gases occurs? Let us we have to discuss. This one I can explain with the help of the diagram. So this is about the heart structure. So our heart is consist of how many chamber? 4 chamber heart is present. Okay, so this is called right auricle, and this is called right ventricle, and this is called left auricle and left ventricle. You already know a right auricle is receiving that one, the which blood? Which blood? Deoxygenated blood from our body parts. Correct? Deoxygenated blood they are receiving from our body parts. Okay? Mainly superior vena cava, inferior vena cava. Are you remember? Superior vena cava is collecting the deoxygenated blood from our anterior part, head and shoulder, neck. From that one they are collecting that one, the deoxygenated blood. And who is collecting deoxygenated blood from lower part of our body? Inferior vena cava. Is superior, inferior vena cava both are separately they can open into the which atrium? Right atrium. Adike right atrium always filled with which type of blood? Deoxygenated blood. So now from this one right auricle the blood is entering to which one? Right ventricle. Come on now. From the right ventricle the blood is deoxygenated blood is completely carrying, okay, transfer to which one now? Lungs. Lungs hogute. Clear? And what is the name of this one? What is the name of the artery? It is carrying the blood away from the heart. Yes, this is called what? Pulmonary artery. So this is the pulmonary artery. So pulmonary artery is carrying that one the blood from which ventricle? Right ventricle. Right ventricle in the they are carrying the blood. Mainly which blood they are carrying? Deoxygenated blood. to the which one? The lungs. So now this is about the alveoli anta tilkolya. This is generally about the alveoli. You already know alveoli is completely lined by, come on, the which epithelium is present? Squamous epithelium is present, correct? And squamous epithelium, along with the squamous epithelium and more blood capillaries also present. And which blood vessel, blood capillaries are present? Pulmonary artery blood capillaries only present, correct? So pulmonary artery, it will be end with the capillaries or not? Pulmonary artery, it will be end with which one? Capillaries. Now pulmonary arteries contain which blood? Deoxygen blood. Already you know deoxygen blood. Deoxygen blood nalli or pulmonary artery nalli, come on, what is the partial pressure of carbon oxygen? 40 mmHg, and the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is 45. But what about alveoli? Alveoli ಬಗ್ಗೆ already here only I completely informed that one. Come on, the alveoli nalli, what about the P oxygen? 104 mmHg, correct? What about the P carbon dioxide? How much? Yes, that is called 40 mmHg only present. 40 mmHg, here also 40 mmHg. Are you getting my point? So here this is called deoxygen blood. Deoxygen blood nalli carbon dioxide concentration is more and the oxygen concentration is less. Correct? Pulmonary artery, what they are carrying? Deoxygenated blood. Deoxygen blood nalli, come on, the P oxygen, what is that? 40 mmHg. Correct? P carbon dioxide, how much? 45 mmHg. Andre, so in the deoxygen blood, oxygen amount is less, and which amount is more? Carbon dioxide. But other time nalli, alveoli nalli, which one is less? Carbon dioxide. So here carbon dioxide is more, here carbon dioxide is less. That's why the carbon dioxide moving from higher concentration to lower concentration. Andre, it is moving from pulmonary artery to alveoli. Pulmonary artery in the alveoli ge move agutte. So carbon dioxide is eliminated from our blood. Are you observing? Iday time nalli partial pressure of oxygen here less, but partial pressure of oxygen is here more. 104 mmHg is there, but here how much? 40 mmHg only is there. Andre, here oxygen concentration is more. That's why automatically oxygen is enter into that one, the blood. You go oxygen containing blood is collected by, come on, which arteries, sorry, which blood vessels? That is called veins. Correct? Who is collecting oxygenated oxygen containing blood? Veins. Okay, now which vein is collecting the here? Pulmonary vein. Pulmonary vein is collecting the oxygenated blood, and it is open into the which auricle? Left auricle ge open agutte. Artha agtidiya? Like this one, they are completely open into left auricle. Clear? So these are the exchange of gases occur here. Exchange of gases occur between the blood and alveoli based upon same. It is completely depend upon the diffusion only, or it is a one type of diffusion only. Correct or wrong? It is a one type of diffusion or not? So carbon dioxide from the blood it is eliminating to alveoli. At the same time, from the alveoli, oxygen is entering into the blood. Correct? From higher to lower concentration, or higher partial pressure to lower partial pressure. This is called concentration gradient or not? This is also called what? Concentration gradient. So after, based upon the concentration gradient only, the carbon dioxide is eliminating and oxygen is capturing. Now this oxygenated blood, it will be collected by pulmonary vein. Pulmonary vein is open into the which auricle? Left auricle. But the pulmonary vein in the, come on, the oxygenated blood is entered into which one? Left ventricle. And left ventricle, come on, taking the blood, okay, and it is completely open into which one? Aorta. Got it? Aorta now, which one is called systemic artery? This is called systemic arteries. And the clear? What is this one? Systemic arteries. These systemic arteries nalli, come on, which blood is there now? Deoxygenated or oxygenated blood? Oxygenated blood is there. Clear? Now these systemic arteries, they are completely send that one, the oxygenated blood to the which one? Tissues. Tissues get send madtara. This is called the mass tissues. Clear? So now you already know systemic arteries are completely carrying the oxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood. Now you have to speak out oxygenated blood. In the oxygenated blood, come on, what is about the partial pressure of oxygen? Yes, 95 mmHg. 95 mmHg, and partial pressure of carbon dioxide how much? 40 mmHg. Now we are discussing about the tissues. Come on, the tissues nalli, what about the partial pressure of oxygen? 40 mmHg only present, and the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is 45 mmHg. Andre, now oxygenated blood is reached the tissues. tissues ಗೆ reach ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ now ಈ oxygenated blood ನಲ್ಲಿ come on carbon dioxide concentration is less. ಅರ್ಥ ಇದೆಯಾ? Oxygenated blood ನಲ್ಲಿ carbon dioxide partial pressure is less, but which partial pressure is more? Oxygen partial pressure is more, and at the same time tissues ನಲ್ಲಿ which one is more? Carbon dioxide is more. So that's why from the blood oxygen is enter into the tissues. Why? Because oxygenated blood is contain partial pressure is 95 mmHg, here only 40 mmHg. That's why higher to lower the oxygen is movement is occurs. This is about the oxygen is enter into the tissues. At the same time, are you observing that one? So what is the partial pressure of carbon dioxide in the tissue? 45. 45 is present. Ade blood nalli how much? 40 mm. That's why where does more partial pressure of carbon dioxide? Tissues. That's why tissues too. Now the carbon dioxide is enter into which one? Blood. Now e carbon dioxide containing blood is collected by whom? Systemic veins. Correct? This is called systemic veins. Ego e systemic veins say nothing but superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. This is called systemic veins. Ante karitara systemic veins. Clear? Now in the systemic vein, come on, which blood is present? What is the name of the blood is present? Oxygenated or deoxygenated or deoxygenated. Correct? Why? Because already here exchange is occurs. In this exchange, okay, they are observing that one oxygen and eliminating the carbon dioxide. Our carbon dioxide containing blood is collected by the veins, systemic veins, and these systemic veins are completely open into the which auricle? Right auricle or right atrium. Like this, okay, no? From the right auricle to right ventricle to matte it will be go to which one? Yes, lungs hogi alli matte purify agutte. Like this the circulation is going on. Adike idralli two circulations are going on. Can you speak out? This circulation is called what? Pulmonary circulation, and this one is called systemic circulation. Pulmonary circulation occur between the heart and lungs, and lungs to heart. Correct? Heart in the lungs, lungs in the heart. It will be completely circulation is occurs, and systemic circulation occur between heart and tissues. Heart in the tissue in the mate heart. Got the clarity? So this is about the systemic arteries, oxygenated blood. Systemic veins are contain which blood? Deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood is there. Clear? So this is called external respiration. This is called what? Internal respiration. Clear? So external respiration, internal respiration is a one type of diffusion. Means what? Higher to lower concentration, the movement of gases is take place. Finish up. Understood? No need to repeat again? No need to repeat. Good. Okay. So either partial pressure or concentration gradient is over. Very simple. But in your examination, what type of question means? What is the partial pressure of oxygen present in the atmospheric air and alveoli and deoxygenated blood? Like that they can ask. But you should remember for this tabular column you should remember. And did you observe that one? Our atmosphere is having the 159 mmHg of the partial pressure is there. 159 mmHg of the partial pressure of that oxygen, if they are entering into our alveoli, it is reduced to 104 mmHg. Why? Why not it is become 159 mmHg? Why? Because in our alveoli little amount of which one is there? Carbon dioxide already is there. Because of the carbon dioxide, oxygen concentration is decreases. That's why 159 is become 104 mmHg decrease ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ alveoli ಇಂದ oxygen release enter into the blood or not? Such blood is what we can call oxygenated blood. But oxygenated blood is not consist of 104 mmHg. It's not consist of 104 mmHg. How much? 95 mmHg. Nodi. 159 in the 104 to 95 mmHg. Why? Because compared to the alveoli, our blood is having some more carbon dioxide. Because of the carbon dioxide, oxygen concentration decreases. That's why it is become 95 mmHg. Got the clarity, students? Okay. But in the atmosphere, atmosphere partial pressure of the carbon dioxide is only 0.3 mmHg. 0.3 mmHg. If they are entering into that one, our alveoli, it is become 40 mmHg. Why? Because little amount of carbon dioxide already is there inside. Our carbon dioxide and atmosphere carbon dioxide both are sharing, concentration become increases. So 0.3 mmHg become 40 mmHg. Got the clarity? This is very, very important. You get deoxygenated blood only 45 mmHg is only present. Deoxygenated blood is having 45 mmHg. Oxygenated blood is having 40 mmHg and 45 mmHg is present in the which one? Tissues. Why? Because tissues are performing the which breathing or which respiration? Cellular respiration. Because of the cellular respiration, they can liberating that one the carbon dioxide. Do you know in the cellular respiration, glycolysis is there, Krebs cycle is there, electron transport system is there. But where does decarboxylation is occurs? Where does decarboxylation occurs? Krebs cycle only. Correct? Krebs cycle in the gateway reaction plus normal Krebs cycle also. Totally. Every Krebs cycle, because for every glucose breakdown, how many Krebs cycles are occurs? 2 Krebs cycle. But each Krebs cycle is producing how many carbon dioxide? 3 carbon dioxide. That's why 2 Krebs cycles are producing 6 carbon dioxide they can produce. That is equation. The equation for respiration C6H12O6 plus 6 CO 6 oxygen plus 6 H2O gives rise to which one? 6 CO2. Correct? 6 CO2 plus energy also they can produce. Correct? 1 glucose if they will break down, how many carbon dioxide are liberation? 6 glucose. 6 carbon dioxide liberation is occurs in the cellular respiration. Got the clarity, students? Okay. This is over. Partial pressure or concentration gradient is over. Any doubts regarding about this? No. Can I go that one, the next one? Solubility of the gases. Solubility of the gases. Next. Solubility means dissolving. Okay. Mainly in our body, gases and takshana, mainly we have to remember oxygen and carbon dioxide. Their consumed gas is oxygen, liberating gas is carbon dioxide. Correct? But our blood mainly, our blood is consist of the 2 parts or not? Blood is consist of 2 parts, that is called blood plasma and formed elements. Blood plasma and formed elements. How much percentage of blood plasma is present in our blood? Do you know? How much? 45%. 45% of the plasma is there. 45 or 55? 45 percentage of the blood plasma is there. Remaining percentage is which one? Formed elements. Formed elements are how many types? 3 types. What are the 3 types of formed elements? RBC, WBC, platelets. Correct? These are 3. In these 3, come on, which one is very helpful for transporting of the gases? RBC only. Andre, the gases will be soluble to with our blood only. But solubility, the solubility is completely for which gas is more? Which gas is having the more solubility? Carbon dioxide is having the more solubility. Very, very important. We are generally attracted to the bad things only, we have to attract, like that our blood also attracted to the carbon dioxide compared to the oxygen. This is very, 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 very important. Okay, now solubility of the gases. In this one, CO2 has 20 to 25% of more solubility than which one? Oxygen. Compared to the oxygen, carbon dioxide is having more solubility. That's why if our body is exposed to more carbon dioxide, we are goes to unconscious. Why? Because our blood is completely, instead of the oxygen, they can capture the carbon dioxide only. If they will capture the carbon dioxide, means totally carbon dioxide is not at all useful to our metabolic activities. That's why we'll get the illness. Correct? So that is very, very important. That's why solubility of gas also one of the major important factor. It is affecting on exchange of gases. Oxygen andre preeti illa, carbon dioxide andre preeti ide. Yarige? Namma blood ge. Okay na? So 20 to 25% of more solubility is there. Carbon dioxide has the 20 to 25% of more solubility is there. So compared to which one? Oxygen. That is. Okay, that's why it is also one of the factors affecting on the exchange of gases. Adhikara, more amount of carbon dioxide is there means we can't capture the oxygen. Why? Because this is the reason. And it is also one of the factors. The third one is called thickness of the diffusion membrane. Thickness of the diffusion membrane. Come on now. So here one of the diffusion membrane is there. Here also one of the diffusion membrane. If the diffusion membrane thickness is very thin, means what? Very less. Thickness is very less means what? Diffusion is more. Correct? Diffusion of gas is more. Either it is directly or inversely proportional. Thickness is less means more inversely proportional. It's completely inversely proportional. Correct? So now we are discussing about the diffusion membrane. A diffusion membrane that is called alveolar membrane. I am drawing here. This is called alveoli. Come on, the alveoli is completely lined by one of the membrane. Come on, what is the name of the membrane? Yes, what is the name of the membrane? What is the inner lining layer of the alveoli? That is called squamous epithelium. Squamous epithelium, very, very important. Squamous epithelium is present. Next, alveoli. Alveoli is completely surrounded by which one now? Blood capillaries are present. This is called blood capillaries and the blood capillaries. You already know blood capillaries are commonly covered by three layers. Tunica externa, tunica media, tunica intima or interna. Idrili tunica externa, tunica media, tunica interna. In this one, which one is made up of smooth muscles? Yes, which one are? Media. And which one is made up of squamous epithelium? Squamous epithelium. Tunica interna. Generally, blood vessels are completely ended with the blood capillaries, but blood capillaries are completely having tunica externa, tunica mediana, tunica interna. Tunica interna only present in the blood capillaries. Tunica interna. Tunica interna, it is completely made up of which one? Tunica interna, it is made up of which one? Endothelium. Means what? It is also squamous epithelium. It is also squamous epithelium. It is also squamous epithelium. So squamous epithelium is present in the lining of the blood capillaries. Even the lining of the alveoli also, other squamous epithelium is present. But it is called epithelium of the alveoli, and this is called endothelium of which one? The capillaries. Endothelium of capillaries. Correct? This is called endothelium of capillaries like this. This is called endothelium of capillaries. Okay, next one. Between that, come on, what is present here? What is the name of this one? Blood vessels. Blood is present. This is called RBC. This is called RBC is commonly present. Now, when the RBC is moving through blood capillaries, come on, here only exchange of gases occurs. Okay? Are you observing? Now we are discussing about diffusion membrane. Diffusion membrane consists of three layers. Diffusion membrane consists of three layers. What are the three layers? Epithelium of which one? Alveoli. Endothelium of which one? Blood capillaries. Between that one small gap is there. What is the name? Basement membrane. This is called basement membrane. Basement membrane. And these three layers are what they will form? Diffusion membrane they can form. Diffusion membrane is completely formed by three layers. Come on, once again, what are the three layers? Epithelium. Epithelium of alveoli, endothelium of blood capillaries, and between that, basement membrane. These three layers are together called what? Diffusion membrane. Clear? A diffusion membrane thickness is very less, very fast. Means what? Carbon dioxide elimination, oxygen capturing takes place. That is only no. Exchange of gases occurs mainly in the diffusion membrane, that is. Clear? So, and this thickness generally it is less than 1 millimeter. Less than 1 millimeter means that is called 0.5 micrometers in diameter. 0.5 micrometers in diameter, that is about the thickness of the diffusion membrane. The thickness of the diffusion membrane. Got the clarity, students? Okay, so totally. So these are about the three factors: partial pressure, solubility of gases, and the third one, thickness of the diffusion membrane. These three factors are affecting on what? Exchange of gases. Correct? So partial pressure if they have more means automatically diffusion is occurs. If the solubility is more also, complete diffusion also means what? Exchange of gases occurs fast. And thickness of the membrane is very thin if there matra, exchange of gas is very fast. Adhikara, those who are doing the smoking, what will be happen? The soot will be go and deposited in the lining layer of the alveoli. It will be completely deposited. Because of this deposition, what will be happen? Yes, exchange of gases not occurs properly. Exchange of gases not occur properly. If the exchange of gases not occur properly means what? Maybe they can suffer from emphysema. You know that one, emphysema, mainly those who are suffering, mainly those who are having that one, the cigarette smoking habit, in future they may suffer emphysema. Mainly respiratory exchange, diffusion surface become decreases. Diffusion surface will be decreases. That's why less oxygen present in their body, less oxygen is present in their body. Why? Because there is no proper exchange of the gases takes place in this one. Okay, total alveoli. What is the surface area of our alveoli? What is the surface area of our alveoli? 70 to 100 meter square. 70 to 100 meter square area is there we have. Correct? But those are having the more smoking habit. Normal smoking means no problem at all. Because if any soot also, it will be deposited here. Here dust glands are present. Dust glands. In dust glands, they can remove that from the soot. What they are deposited. Even sometimes through the air also so much of dust is entering into our lungs. But we are not suffering from any type of breathing problems. Why? Because dust glands are there in our lungs. It will only clean up that one the dust. What is deposited in our. But excessive dust is deposited in our lung means they cannot work properly. Means how much? Up to their level only they can clean that one the alveoli. But excessive dust if they are entering into the lungs means they can't. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ they will suffer from emphysema or either other bronchitis, asthma, like different type of respiratory diseases they can suffer. Okay, students, ಇದರ total exchange of gases or diffusion, exchange of gases is completed. So exchange of gases, so here also exchange of gases occur, here also exchange of gases occurs. So diffusion membrane ಅಂದ್ರೆ not only here, diffusion membrane also present here also. Between the blood and tissue also diffusion membrane is there. Here also exchange of gases occurs. Oxygen capturing carbon dioxide liberation here also occurs. Here also oxygen capturing carbon dioxide elimination is occur here also. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ two membranes, two surfaces in the exchange of gases occurs. Okay, students? Then we can go that one. The third stage or the third step in the human breathing system. What is that? Transport of gases. Transport of gases. Transport of gases. Okay, from this we can expect the questions in your competitive exam. Transport of gases. Okay, so gases means mainly oxygen, carbon dioxide. Come on, oxygen after the diffusion occurs in the alveoli. Correct? Which gas capturing occurs here? Oxygen capturing occurs. Now this oxygen they have to go to which one? Tissues. Correct? So tissues ವರೆಗೆ ಈ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ through blood only. Understood? And via heart only pumping that one. That's why oxygenated blood from lungs to heart in the it will be go to tissues. Correct? Next, here also exchange of gases occurs. In this exchange also carbon dioxide is entered into the blood. Now e carbon dioxide ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಪ್ಪ? alveoli ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. So oxygen moving from lungs to tissues. Now carbon dioxide is moving from tissues to lungs. ಅದೇ transport of gases. ಅದಲ್ವಾ? First what we have to discuss, transport of oxygen ಬಗ್ಗೆ discuss ಮಾಡೋಣ. Transport of oxygen. Transport of oxygen. So transport of oxygen is commonly takes place from, come on, transport of oxygen from lungs to tissues. Lungs to tissues in how many ways? Two ways or two methods. Two methods only oxygen transporting occurs from lungs to tissues. The first one is dissolved in plasma. Dissolved in plasma. Dissolved in plasma. And second one is through RBC. Through RBC. RBC in the no? Yes. ಈಗ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ percentage compulsory important. How much percentage of oxygen transporting from lungs to tissues, no? Only 3%. Only 3% of oxygen, only 3% of oxygen is moving from lungs to tissues dissolved in plasma. Plasma only dissolve out. So, blood is moving and the plasma also moving on. So, along with the plasma, so finally oxygen is reached upon the tissues. But only 3% only. The ratio compulsory ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ ಕೊಡು 3% of oxygen only transporting through plasma and remaining 97% of carbon dioxide transported through which one? RBC only. This is very very important. Why? Because RBC contain one of the pigment is there, one of the pigment name out hemoglobin. So hemoglobin is one of the pigment. It is heme and globin. The two particles are two parts are present. But in this one, which one is called heme and protein? Which one is called protein? Which one is non-protein? Globin is the protein and heme is non-protein. But in globin, how many polypeptide chains are there? 4 polypeptide chains are there in the globin. That is 2 alpha chains and 2 beta chains. Because of the 2 alpha chains and 2 beta chains present in the hemoglobin, one hemoglobin can carry how many oxygen? 4 oxygens. Clear? So, hemoglobin of RBC, they can capture that one 4 oxygens and they will form oxyhemoglobin. They form that one oxyhemoglobin. This is called them as oxyhemoglobin. Clear? So, the oxyhemoglobin is commonly takes place in the which region? The lungs. Lungs nalli oxyhemoglobin is occurs. Next, ಈ oxyhemoglobin if they can reach that one the tissue ಗೆ reach ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ oxyhemoglobin dissociate ಆಗುತ್ತರ. ಹೆಂಗೆ dissociate ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? It is dissociated into hemoglobin plus oxygen. So this dissociation, this is called association ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Association, and this is called what? Dissociation. But ಈ dissociation is commonly takes place in which part? Tissues ನಲ್ಲಿ dissociation and lungs ನಲ್ಲಿ association is occurs. But now we are discussing about what are the factors promotes, okay, that is called association of hemoglobin or association of, okay, and what are the factors are promoting that one? Promotes formation of oxyhemoglobin. Okay, come on. What are the factors are promoting? Andre hemoglobin oxygen jotege bind agಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ some factors compulsory. Which factors are promoting that one? The formation of the oxyhemoglobin means yes, mainly partial pressure. Correct? What type of partial pressure? First of all, high partial pressure of oxygen. Correct? Or more partial pressure of oxygen plus low partial pressure of carbon dioxide. Low partial pressure of carbon dioxide and low H plus concentration plus low temperature. So these are the factors are very very important. These are the 4 factors are important for formation of the oxyhemoglobin. Clear, students? And very very important, in these 4 factors they will ask H plus ion concentration. They can ask in other way also. You already know H plus concentration we can represent that on the pH. Right? What is pH? Negative logarithm of H plus ion, say what we can call pH. Suppose H plus ion concentration if it is less means what about the pH value? pH value is more or less more pH. ಇದು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. H plus concentration ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ pH ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. So that's why which conditions are promote the formation of the oxyhemoglobin? That is called high partial pressure of oxygen plus high pH also. This point is very important. High pH anta tilkoli, that is about the low H plus concentration. This one is very 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 important for your competitive exams. Understood, students? That is called high partial pressure of oxygen, low partial pressure of carbon dioxide plus low H plus concentration. It is also called high pH. low H plus high pH anta ಕರಿತೀವಿ plus low temperature these ಈ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಮಾನ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಯಾರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬೈಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಹಿಮೋಗ್ಲೋಬಿನ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬೈಂಡ್ ಆಗಿ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ದಟ್ ಒನ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿ ಹಿಮೋಗ್ಲೋಬಿನ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರಾ ಇದರ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿ ಹಿಮೋಗ್ಲೋಬಿನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ is the meaning of this one association. Okay, now we are discussing about what are the factors are promoting. What are the factors? What are the factors promoting dissociation of oxyhemoglobin? Dissociation of oxyhemoglobin. Oxyhemoglobin dissociation alli come on. What are the factors are promotes? This point you should highlight that one when you are reading that. Come on. Same opposite. What are the factors are promoting the oxyhemoglobin formation? Same opposite factors are promoting dissociation of oxygen. Okay? Yes, come on now. Here more partial pressure of which one? Carbon dioxide. Okay? And low partial pressure of oxygen. Next one, more H plus concentration. More H plus concentration andre nothing but yes, that is called less pH or low pH anta helbodu. So low pH idu very important idunu highlight ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. And next one, what about the temperature? High temperature. So high temperature ಈ ತರ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ come on ಆಕ್ಸಿ ಹಿಮೋಗ್ಲೋಬಿನ್ ಡಿಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ what they will form hemoglobin plus oxygen. Got it? Come on now. Association is commonly takes place in lungs, dissociation takes place in our tissues. Okay? So these are the factors are promoting association and dissociation. So very important. Mainly pH. In confusion ಮಾಡೋದು pH. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. So high partial pressure of oxygen and low partial pressure of carbon dioxide. Okay? Low H plus concentration, low temperature ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತು. But pH is more ಇದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. pH ಲೋ ಇದ್ರೆ ಡಿಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿ ಹಿಮೋಗ್ಲೋಬಿನ್ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? Okay, now we are discussing about oxygen dissociation curve in this. Oxygen dissociation curve we can discuss now. This one no need to repeat. Tomorrow if I ask the question you can able to answer without any confusion. That's why I'm not repeating that. Because by seeing of your faces, are you sleeping or are you understand properly? I am not getting. Yes. Oxygen dissociation curve. It is also 2017 NEET question law. One question they ask from this one only, oxygen dissociation curve. So the oxygen dissociation curve, if you want to get this curve, in x-axis what we have to take? In x-axis what we have to take? Partial pressure of oxygen in the form of mmHg. mmHg, that is called 20 mmHg, 40 mmHg, 60 mmHg, 80 and last one in 100. In y-axis what we are taking? Come on, in y-axis what we are taking? Percentage of saturation of hemoglobin with whom? Yes, percentage of saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen. Percentage we are taking the percentage of saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen. So in this one also this is called 20%. Here also that is about the 40% and 60% and same 80 and 100%. The percentage here we are taking, here partial pressure we are taking. Okay, but saturation of the percentage of saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen, with oxygen, we can calculate with the help of one of the equation. What are the equation means? The percentage of saturation of hemoglobin is equal to, okay, the number of atoms or number of oxygens binds to, okay, hemoglobin by total number of oxygen bound to hemoglobin into 100. ಈಗ ಈ equation ಇದ್ರೆ we can easily calculate what is the percentage of saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen. For example, this is about the one hemoglobin is there. One hemoglobin can carry that one how many oxygens? 4 oxygen. Now we are giving only one oxygen only we are giving to him. Okay, so in that time what is the percentage of saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen? Now what is the number of the oxygen is bind with the hemoglobin of 1, and how many, what is the total number of oxygen? 4 into 100. Avaga saturation how much? 25%. One oxygen, if they can bind with that one, the hemoglobin, the saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen is 25%. Other two oxygens if they can bind with that one means how much percentage? Correct. Two oxygens if they can bind with that one more oxygen also bind, and what is the saturation? 50%. And one more oxygen can bind, one more oxygen 100%. And one more oxygen if I give means, yes, the saturation not increases, not decrease also, it become constant. Adhe we are completely indicate with the help of the graph like this. Here only that one, you see, first of all only one only we are given, one oxygen only we are given, even saturation is increased. Two oxygens we are given, saturation is increased. Three oxygens we are given, saturation is increased. What try the saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen? Third, even 4 also increases. After the 4, what is happened? Yes, it become constant. Means what? Not increasing, not decreasing. Yeah, it will be looks like a which shape, bro? Yes, shaped structure. Adike, this is what we can call sigmoid curve. Andre karidra sigmoid curve. Sigmoid curve. So 50% of saturation, when it is observed means, okay, now two molecules of oxygens are bind with hemo. Got the clarity? So this is about the oxygen association. This association curve. But we are discussing what? Dissociation. First, now we are given that one the 4 oxygen. If 4 oxygens only come on, now we are removing that one the 1 oxygen. Now the dissociation is next one. We are remove that one more oxygen, 50%. In the time the graph is completely looks like this. Saturation become decreases. If the saturation decrease, under what we can call adu association or dissociation? Dissociation curve. Dissociation curve. Clear, students? Okay, now just before here only I said that one hemoglobin can bind with the oxygen, they will form oxyhemoglobin. Oxyhemoglobin formation ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರಮೋಟಿಂಗ್ ನಾವು. ಈ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಓಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫರ್ಗೆಟ್. Again, when you are solving the question, definitely will commit the mistakes. That's why if you know that one also, once you have to refer that one. Once you have to refer before solving the questions. Okay, no? Don't go to overconfidence. ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ. Okay, no? So that is confidently you have to solve the questions. What if you are giving the question from this? Okay, students, this is totally association and dissociation. And very very important, sometimes P50 anta one sir, they are given P50. P50 means the saturation of hemoglobin at 50% in particular partial pressure of oxygen. So P50 andre the saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen how much? 50%. 50% of the saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen occurs in a particular MMPHR, particular partial pressure of oxygen, what we can call P50 ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. So here 50 ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, this one is called 50 ton. This is called 50% of saturation. ಈ 50% of saturation is, we can completely, here we can, here 30 ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. Okay, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆಯ್ತು. Okay, so like this. So here 30 ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿದೆ. Okay, so here approximately, if I said 20 ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, the 50% of saturation of hemoglobin, it is occurs in the mainly 26 mmHg, 26 mmHg of P oxygen. This is called P50 value. This is very very important. It is occurring in adults. In adults. 50% of saturation ಆಯಿತು, 50% of oxygen or hemoglobin is saturated with oxygen. But which mmPH, which partial pressure of the okay, oxygen means how much raw? That is called 26 mmHg in that region. Okay, 50% of saturation ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ that is what we can call P50. P50 ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Did you got my point? P50 ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? P50 ಅಂದ್ರೆ partial pressure of 50 ಅಲ್ಲ. P50 andre the percentage of saturation of hemoglobin. How much percent of saturation? 50%. 50% of saturation of hemoglobin is occur at which partial pressure of oxygen? 26 mmHg of the partial pressure of oxygen only. 50% of saturation of hemoglobin is occurs. Clear? That's why this value you should remember. P50 value occurs in the 20 mmHg of the partial pressure of oxygen. Sorry, 26 mmHg of partial pressure of oxygen. Okay, next some more extra points regarding about this. ಏನು sir extra points andre, first myoglobin. Do you know myoglobin? Myoglobin is also one type of hemoglobin but present in the muscles. Because of the myoglobin pigment only our muscles are reddish in color. Which in color? Reddish in color. ಈ myoglobin is having higher affinity with oxygen. Higher affinity with oxygen, not like hemoglobin. But our hemoglobin is higher affinity with which one? Carbon dioxide. But our myoglobin, it is higher affinity with the oxygen. Because of higher affinity, you know, that is called myoglobin. Myoglobin oxygen dissociation curve, it will be looks like this. It is called hyperbola. This is hyperbola. Whose oxygen dissociation curve is hyperbola means what? Yes, myoglobin. This is myoglobin. Myoglobin is a red color pigment. It is always present in our red muscles. What is the function means? It will be capture the oxygen and it can store also. It will be also store that one. When we require that one, the oxygen we can consume. Understood? Because of the more affinity, you see, are you observing that one? Saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen is more. Even low partial pressure also, nodi, low partial pressure of oxygen also, saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen is more. That's why it is not a sigmoid, it is hyperbola. This point very important. Got the difference, students? This is normal hemoglobin. Normal hemoglobin dissociation curve. This myoglobin dissociation curve. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮಯೋಗ್ಲೋಬಿನ್ ಹೆಂಗಂದ್ರೆ even low partial pressure of oxygen ಇದಂದ್ರೇನು they can capture the oxygen. ಇದೇ low pressure of oxygen, high pressure of carbon dioxide ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ hemoglobin ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? They can capture the carbon dioxide. But myoglobin not like that. Myoglobin, they are having the ability to capture the even low amount of oxygen ಇದ್ರೇನು they can capture that on the oxygen. That type of capability is there for myoglobin. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ myoglobin dissociation curve, mainly myoglobin oxygen dissociation curve is not sigmoid, it is hyperbola. This is important. Even fetal hemoglobin also some more affinity is more. This is about the fetal. fetal. Andre in the fetal stage also hemoglobin is present, but ಆ hemoglobin ಗೆ adult hemoglobin ಕಂತ affinity ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ there, okay, so this is called fetal hemoglobin, this is called fetal hemoglobin, fetal hemoglobin dissociation curve. ಇದು ಅಡಲ್ಟ್ ಹಿಮೋಗ್ಲೋಬಿನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಡಲ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಹಿಮೋಗ್ಲೋಬಿನ್, ಇದು ಅಡಲ್ಟ್ ಹಿಮೋಗ್ಲೋಬಿನ್ ಡಿಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಕರ್ವ್. ಈ ತರ 3 ಕರ್ವ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು, ಬಟ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಹೈಪರ್ಬೋಲಾ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್ ಮಯೋಗ್ಲೋಬಿನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗ್ಮಾಯ್ಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ದೆ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಅಡಲ್ಟ್ ಹಿಮೋಗ್ಲೋಬಿನ್, ಬಟ್ ಫೀಟಲ್ ಹಿಮೋಗ್ಲೋಬಿನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಲಿಟಿಲ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್. This is competitive exams. You know Bohr effect. Bohr effect anta one concept is there. Bohr effect. B-O-H-R. Bohr effect. What he said? The effect of carbon dioxide, comma H plus on which one? It is completely affecting on saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen. The effect of carbon dioxide H plus ions. This ಬಗ್ಗೆ Bohr has given that one the clarity. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ Bohr effect ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. The effect of carbon dioxide, the effect of H plus ions on saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen. Why? Because suppose carbon dioxide concentration, partial pressure is more, H plus partial pressure is more, means automatically saturation is decreases or increases. Saturation is increases or decreases. Say confidently, if the carbon dioxide partial pressure is more, H plus concentration is more, the saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen is decreases. Decreases. That concept is given by Bohr. Okay, this one is called Bohr effect. So Bohr effect and takshana you have to remember for that one CO2 H plus concentration on which one? That is called saturation. It is complete effect on saturation of hemoglobin with whom? Oxygen. Oxygen. Okay students, this is very very important. No? But 2017 ನಲ್ಲಿ questions ಇವೇನು ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ, but one question ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾದು? ಅದೇ sometimes our oxygen dissociation curve, it will be tilted to the right side, tilted to left side also. Come on, you see, sometimes it will be tilted to right side, sometimes it is tilted to left side. What is the reason? If they are shift to right side, ಇದು right side, shift to right side, it indicates what? It means shift to right means it means what? Yes, the saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen is decreasing or increasing? Decreasing. Percentage of saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen is decreasing here. Decreasing. And sometimes it is shifted to right. It is shifted to which side? Left side. This is left side. This is right side. This is left side. It means what? Opposite. Yes, the saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen is increases. Okay, now you have to speak out. Which conditions are promoting that one? Which conditions or which factors are promoting that one, the shifting of our curve to the right side? Yes, that is about the more partial pressure of carbon dioxide, more H plus concentration, or it is also called low pH. Plus next one, high temperature and low pressure of oxygen. Very 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 important. Confuse agಬೇಡಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ರೈಟ್ ಗೆ ಟಿಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ರೈಟ್ ಗೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಯಾಚುರೇಷನ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. Saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen is decreasing. Got the clarity? Okay, so that is, these are about the condition: the high partial pressure of carbon dioxide, high H plus okay, or low pH and high temperature and low partial pressure of oxygen. Okay, next you have to speak out what the factors are affecting here. What is the factors are affecting the? Yes, okay, no? High partial pressure of oxygen. Next one now. Yes. Which one now? Low partial pressure of carbon dioxide, low H plus concentration, low temperature. Yes. R. High pH. High pH. Okay, students. This is very, very important for your NEET examination. Okay. Today, only transport of oxygen only finished. Transport of oxygen only finished. Okay. Yes. Stop ಮಾಡಿ